Hey, what is up, everybody? Jason here. It is March, and it's still chilly out today. But spring is coming, which is great. What are we doing today? Today we are going to be building my Leviathan Kinetic sculpture, which I just released a couple days ago. And yeah, let's just jump right in. I have a bunch of pieces all ready to go. And I have some instructions that I made. So let's build it up. I've kind of separated the pieces a little bit. Hopefully. It's not quite as elaborate as Lego's bag system, but it'll do, hopefully, for today's stream. This model is almost 1,000 pieces, so hopefully it won't take too long. Maybe an hour and a half, a couple hours maybe. Who is all up in the chat? Our Hamburg and Eric are back. Excellent. Thanks for joining, as always. Team W says hi. Walter Maynard says hi. Okay, let's jump right in and start building. So this is actually based off the Avengers, in case anybody doesn't know that. Actually, the Leviathan itself, if we take a look, this Leviathan design is actually from the Avengers tower that Lego just recently released. And as soon as I saw Leviathan was part of that model, I noticed it was about the same size as my Luck Dragon. So I decided that it would be cool to try and make it move in the same way. So I didn't buy the set or anything because it's way too expensive and too big. I don't even know what I would do with it. But as soon as it was released, I downloaded the instructions. I cobbled together my own copy of the Leviathan. Doesn't roll off the tongue very smoothly. And yeah, thankfully there are no super rare or exclusive pieces in the Leviathan itself. So I ordered the parts I didn't have from Bricklink. And yeah, I had to modify it so that it would actually move freely. But yeah, it wasn't too hard. And I decided to build it onto recreate the scene from the Avengers where the Hulk and the Leviathan come face to face. And it worked out pretty well, actually. Well, Bill is also in the chat. Good morning. Evan Moon, good morning. Oh, Sheila's a big fan. That's awesome. Oh, Bill thought I would build the Avengers Tower. Yeah, that's not going to happen. Brick Film Studio is back. Yeah, I mean, the wave mechanism that I'm using in this model, people that are familiar with my models will recognize it. I mean, it's a pretty cool wave mechanism, gotta say, and it results in some pretty smooth motion. So I've used it a few times. In the Wind Waker model, it's basically the same wave mechanism. The Luck Dragon model uses it as well, although they're all slightly different in each one. I use different cams in the Wind Waker model, and I had to adjust this. I had to adjust the spacing for a few of the supports in this one because the body segments aren't all uniformly the same size. But those are all pretty minor changes. Okay, did I get all those pieces? Yeah. So for now, I am just building the base. Brian the Brick, didn't you build it already in the short? I did indeed. But I'm building it again for your viewing pleasure. Dragon Shadow, good morning. Cheers. Just English in the chat, everybody, please. Hello from France. That's awesome. Dr. Incredibly Evil Fishface is back. Evan suggests a movement mock of Hulk smashing Loki. Oh yeah, interesting. I don't know if I'll revisit the Avengers theme anytime soon. I mostly built this because I wanted to make the Leviathan move. I actually might do something similar with the Auspicious Dragon as well. It is the year of the dragon after all. But maybe later in the year. Tensri, how's your morning going? Morning is going well. Actually slept in a little bit, but that's okay. We went climbing last night at the climbing gym, and I was a bit tired, I guess. And the stand... I actually have these gaps in the stand because of the cams. I want to make the stand as like short as possible, so I guess I could have put it all on like a larger plate, but then I'd have to make it a plate higher. But the gaps here are for the cams to have clearance when they hit the bottom. So it is March 1st, which means a whole slew of new products are on Legocom. I haven't made an order yet, but I am excited to order. Guess what I'm excited to order? What's the first thing on my priority list? You'll never guess. Or Hamburg thought it was some kind of water monster or something. Yeah, anybody who hasn't seen the Avengers will be very confused about this model. Oh, Eric, my shirt got delivered yesterday. Oh, excellent. How do you like the newer movies? I have not watched any of the newer movies, to be honest. I don't know, they seem kind of... I feel like the superhero genre, I don't know if they've like tapped it out, but I think I need a little bit of a break. It's like not that compelling anymore. I mean, let's be real, the Avengers movies weren't, you know, they're entertaining blockbusters, but they're no cinematic masterpieces by any stretch of the imagination. After a while, they all kind of seem very similar. Okay, I know there's another 2x2 tile in here somewhere. Oh my gosh, that's old light gray. That's crazy. Oh, there it is. Our Hamburg solar system, that's right. I'm definitely going to be ordering the solar system. Actually, I have to order a bunch of pick-a-brick pieces too for another project, but Elliot Long, the Orrery Lego set looks awesome. I love the details. I like the tilt of the earth. Yeah. I mean, mechanically it looks great. Aesthetically, I'm not kind of sold on it, but I'll reserve judgment until I build it. Rollster W, hello and good morning. It is 7 a.m. in California. Wow, day's just getting started. Yep. Oh, Milan, keep it up, you're doing great. Ooh, some name I can't pronounce. With the super chat, good evening. I'm a Japanese fan. I'm not good at English, but I'm rooting for you from Japan. Oh, amazing. Thanks so much for the support. That means a lot. I appreciate all the good wishes and the rooting from Japan that I can get. One more 1x4. 1x4 plate. There it is. Oh, actually, I missed a bunch. We'll need another one of those. And a 2x4. Clearly, that's what happens when I read the chat instead of looking at the instructions. I'm gonna just separate out some of these pieces. Bricks over here. There's my 2x4. I need a 1x6. Brian the Brick. All the sets I want for March 1st cost over 30 bucks. Yeah, still need to think about it. I mean, Lego is not cheap. Okay. Yeah, there's a bunch of gift with purchases now too. I've been debating on the Animal Crossing sets look intriguing. I may pick one up just to see what they're all about, but Brick Film Studio, have you heard about Plants vs. Zombies? Yeah. I mean, come on. It's my favorite game, Brick Film Studio. Wow, that's cool. I mean, I think I played it a little bit, like back in like a while ago, years ago maybe. It's been around for a while, I think, right? But yeah. Okay, we're starting to build up the base a little bit. Basically, I designed the base to replicate the scene in the movie, which is actually a real like location in like the real world. It's the Park Avenue Viaduct in New York. It's in front of Grand Central Station. So I tried to make the architecture of the base actually match the real world location as best I could. Which was pretty interesting. I actually love building architecture, or especially in micro scale, even though it doesn't move. It is pretty fun. Okay, I still need, interesting. I may just, it'll be easier to find these in the collection. Then rooting through these pieces. They'll come out in the wash. I built the super manly unicorn now. Oh, Warhammer, that's cool. Oh, Brian the Brick, it's $300. Yeah, all those premium sets are pretty pricey. Arnow, today's model looks promising. Cheers, thanks. Good afternoon from a very cold UK. Actually, yeah, we just got like a huge drop in temperature over the last day here. Oh, you can make the giraffe lean down and drink water. Yeah, I have the set. I haven't built it yet, though. Brian the Brick. Animal Crossing looks a bit blocky. The trees are just one big cone. Yeah, I haven't taken a... I don't know if I'll pull the trigger yet. I gotta take a closer look at some of the sets first. We'll see. I gotta spend some time looking at Shop at Home and... Or I guess they just call it Lego now. The online store and see what is available that might pique my interest. Oh, wish there were more Lego creators in Japan. Are there not? I thought Japan had a pretty big like lug presence. I guess Japan's a large enough country. Depends where you live, but I mean they even have their own Brickfest, which looks super cool. And I mean, Akiyuki lives there. So does Yoshihito Isagawa. Both fantastic builders. Mr. Singh, fine way to spend my last few hours of work every Friday. Oh, excellent. Have I seen Bob Brickman's City Museum? I mean, I've casually followed some of his videos. I've not watched them all, or actually any recent ones, unfortunately. But from the thumbnails of the videos, it looks very promising. And I watched a few of the videos early on where he just got the space, so... Is he all moved up and set up now? He just put in moving cars. Oh yeah, system similar to your bus from a few years ago. Oh yeah, I definitely have to take a look at that. Rollster W, it's been pretty fresh with the weather, probably 25 degrees. That's crazy. It's like, it was minus 10 Celsius last night. Although it is still, well, February. It is March 1st, so in general, it is still pretty chilly up here. Although this winter has been super mild, so I can't complain about that. Evan Moon, I want you to know I really enjoy these Friday live streams with you that you give us. Oh, well, I really appreciate that because I enjoy them too. It's just fun to interact with some other people while I'm building. It's pretty cool. Gotta say, the power of the internet. Okay. Can you find the pieces you need? It looks a little messy. Yeah. Yeah, I clearly did not do a good job of sorting out these pieces. I kind of grouped them by parts of the model, but in hindsight, I probably just should have grouped them by actual type, like put all the plates together, all the tiles together. It's a great exercise for my pattern recognition skills. You gotta keep practicing when you're sorting through bulk lots. What is your favorite TV license or movie license? In Lego themes? Actually, I'm not big on many of them, to be honest. I never really I mean, I don't buy that many Lego sets to begin with, so it's not a huge... And I'm not super into minifigs, so I was never super excited to get minifig versions of like TV stars and stuff. I mean, as far as license sets go, like the NASA license is probably like the most exciting one over the years, like with the Saturn V and the space shuttle, even as far back as like the Pathfinder rover. Apparently a lot of earthquakes in California, yeah. Thankfully I live in a place where there's no earthquakes, so that's good. Well, I won't say that. There are actually a few occasional earthquakes, but they're very extremely mild. We actually do live on a fault line, an old fault line, the Ottawa Valley. Jew, I am Brazilian. Hey, cheers. Welcome to the chat. Brian the Brick's currently working on a few videos regarding Star Wars The Bad Batch. Oh yeah. What videos are you working on? I'm actually not working on many videos at all these days. Okay, hold on. What am I doing here? Yeah. At least long form videos. Well, I have been thinking about maybe starting up maybe a new series of videos. We will see. But mostly I've been just making shorts, which definitely takes less time to make, and they're a good showcase for the models I design. Okay, I think actually I think the rest of these pieces are for the rest of the stand. I'm gonna set these aside for a bit. We're building the drive system now, and I separated out those parts. So here we start getting some Technic bits. I'm planning to buy the Lego Technic 42128 soon. I don't know what that is, but it sounds cool. Do you do regular long form video? The last video, long form video, was from Halloween. Yeah. Yeah, I definitely do not do regular ones these days. I feel like the shorts is enough to show the models. Most of the models that I have. Eric, the NASA, yes, NASA the Saturn V is the set that started me back into it. Oh yeah, into Lego. That's awesome. Have you bought anything from the Lego new releases? Not yet. I will probably make an order later today. Well, Aaron is too Brazilian. Excellent. Oh yeah, it's so fun. A lot of people from Ottawa say it's more like, yeah, Ottawa, without the T's in it. Yeah, like a D, Ottawa. Ottawa. Oh my gosh, Brian the Brick, earthquake once or twice a month where I live. Oh, that's crazy. Seems like a terrible place to live. Do your shorts get lots of views? My shorts aren't very successful, Brian the Brick. I mean, it varies so much. It doesn't seem to matter as much on the model itself. It's more just whether or not YouTube decides to promote the video or not. I mean, some of them have been wildly successful. Some of them have like tens of millions of views, but there's definitely some that just kind of, like this one, for example, that I just... Interesting, the rendering on this piece looks terrible. Interesting. I actually did compress this PDF file, so it might be just an artifact of the compression. Yeah, the short I made for this one on YouTube didn't seem to get any kind of meaningful traction, but you know, it is what it is. I try not to pay too much attention to the views. It's not really why I make the videos anyway. Okay, so I definitely need to pay attention here a little bit because the orientation of all these pulleys in the cams is very important to making this work. Roll stir. 42128 is a 2,000 plus piece Lego set that is heavy duty tow truck. Oh, the tow truck, yeah, including hydraulics. Oh, yeah. Well, pneumatics. Even includes the pumpy engine thing. That's cool. What do you think about having a Brazilian subscriber? I mean, I think it's awesome. Welcome aboard. Oh yeah, the artifacts of the compression are a bit wonky, but I think it's better to have smaller file sizes for the instructions. Okay, building up the camshaft. Rollster, I found this live through, the frog short. I see. Wow, excellent. Oh, interesting. What the heck happened here? Oh, I definitely put that plate on wrong. The frog short is definitely quite popular for sure. It's also important. It's easy to push like Technic lift arms and bushings and gears on too tightly, so that there's a lot of friction in the system. So it's definitely one of these things you pick up when you build a lot of Technic. If I just ram this on super tight, it's gonna cause a lot of friction. So you gotta like be gentle when you're pushing stuff onto axles. I think at the end I've just got to adjust all the cams so that the camshaft rotates smoothly. Brian the Brick lives in the Ring of Fire. Yeah. Thankfully the earthquakes are pretty small. Many good Lego deals though. Well, yeah. You take the wins where you can. Our Hamburg. The ski hill on Instagram has around 160 million views. Yeah, I mean, the ski hill on Instagram friggin' went off the rails. It's absolutely insane. The new garden. Oh, yeah, it's so money consuming that I had to cut short the month on Lego. Bought me a bigger mini block set instead. Oh, I see. Yeah, welcome to home ownership. Or I don't know if you actually bought the place. I assume you did, but yeah. Once you got a place to decorate and work on, you can spend a lot of money. A lot of money that's not on Lego. Okay, we got some classic crankshaft going on. Brian the Brick, what is the frog short? The frog that sticks out its tongue. It's one of Crystal's models. Can you add a motor to it later? I would love to see the Dragon fly super fast. I mean, there's definitely a motor. Yeah, we will motorize this for sure. We can definitely stick like a power functions motor on the back of it too. In the instructions, I have it motorized using circuit cubes because it's my new favorite way to motorize things. But if we want to make it run super fast, we can definitely gear it up or add some power functions motors to it. Although I gotta say, it looks a lot better when it's moving slowly than it does when it's going super fast. Leviathan, don't think this was in my subscription inbox. Oh, yeah. Well, maybe not. I have no idea what YouTube does these days in terms of like pushing videos. Rollster went off the rails literally in the Instagram vid too. I might have to get into Lego's electrical EV sets and make some cool motorized builds. I mean, making things move is where it's at, in my opinion. Yes, we did lots of renovation needed. Already spent, around 1,000K. Wow. Or 1K. Our Hamburg. Yeah. Yeah, there's always stuff to do once you have a place. It's really awesome, though. Like, it's very rewarding, fulfilling. You know, to customize it the way you want. It's pretty cool to have a place of your own. Okay, one more cam to go. I believe that is part of these pieces still. Okay, there we go. Did you find the Leviathan is well made? I don't find it that close to the movie version. Yeah, I mean, they definitely were limited in terms of the scale they had to build it at, or they chose to build it at. Yeah, I mean, there's only so much you can do at the scale, so I think it's pretty good attempt for the scale it's at. Sandeep, you're awesome. Well, thanks. Our Hammer, why did you place the motor unit in the middle of the model and not at the end? Mostly, I wanted to hide it inside so it wasn't visible, actually. That's primarily the reason I did it. And there was enough space in the middle of the model. Yeah, mostly just to hide it. Because I had the space. Okay. Make sure this is on the right way. Yep. Okay. And there we go. I think... yeah, that's it. We got ourselves... Does my GoPro work? It does. So we got a cool little camshaft, and I do believe all the pulleys are oriented correctly. Yeah, looks pretty smooth. Excellent. And everything seems to rotate pretty smoothly. Awesome. I'm not complaining, it is awesome. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I know you're not complaining, but yeah, there was space in the middle, so I thought I might as well stick it in the middle so that it's more hidden. Enzo, I got robbed. What? I buy a box that comes with a soldier and a submachine. Oh, interesting. That's unfortunate. What is a Leviathan? Brian the Brick. I mean, it's a monster from the Avengers movie franchise. like giant snake of the sea. Yeah, I mean, technically the word Leviathan, yeah, means pretty much that. But that's the name for these animals in the Avengers franchise. Another 1x2 brick. Why is it so hard to find 1x2 bricks? Gotta separate out my bricks again. I'm just gonna get one. It's much easier just to get one from the brick box. Got some arches in the middle. Just gap over the drive shafts. I also find it's helpful to test the mechanics as you build, just to make sure nothing starts binding or hitting. Like, for example, there's a little bit of, why is there some, oh, it's probably this one here. So I'm gonna slide this a little bit. Oh yeah, there we go. Nice and smooth. Yeah, just English, please. If you made it, you still have to look at the instructions. Yes, I do. I don't have the entire build memorized. Wow, that's quite the username. Hey, how's it going? To me, it sounded like a sea monster or something from the Greek mythology. Yeah, I mean, I'm pretty sure there are Leviathans in Greek mythology as well. That is a good instinct. Well, Enzo will go. Bye. Cheers. Thanks for joining. Brian the Bridge just watched the frog video and loved it. Can it actually catch flies? Well, not really. Okay, here's my optional motor drive. Actually, I'm just going to stick the gear on. And then we're definitely gonna, we'll put the motor in after. Sorry, I'm just gonna try and slide some of these a little bit to make sure nothing, yeah, there we go. Excellent. Oh, Rolster didn't know Duplo was made by Lego, yeah. That is true, it is. Interesting, there's still some nagging. There we go. I just wanted to run as smooth as possible. Okay, now we're starting to build some extra insert stuff. Oh, actually, I think I have these separate as well. Now there were Leviathans in the Age of Mythology computer game. Oh yeah, good memories. Yeah, they're basically just big snaky things that traditionally live in the sea. Well, we're making 2 of these, so let's get right in that. If you get some of the sticky fly traps, you'd be able to maybe catch flies. Maybe you could catch the flies with the frog if they like landed on its tongue. Or you have to need it to be sensor activated somehow. Because if you're standing there operating the frog while the flies are buzzing around, I'm pretty sure they're not going to come near you. Well, our hammer finished the giant manly UCS unicorn. Awesome. Brian the Brick, which streaming services do you use? Mostly, actually right now we just have Netflix, I believe. Oh, we have Amazon Prime as well. But there's actually not like a ton of stuff on that. Although right now we are watching Mr. and Mrs. Smith on Amazon Prime, which is actually pretty entertaining. It's not a terrible series. Well, Leviathan is used word used in the Bible as well. Yeah. Have you got any of the exclusive Lego house sets? I have a couple. Yeah, because we went over to Billund in 2019 to set up some models in the Masterpiece Gallery, and yeah, I think we got maybe the first 2, like the dinosaurs and the treehouse. Not the treehouse, but the tree. I haven't got any of the recent ones though. Yeah, maybe with a light sensor from one of the robotic sets. Yeah, to have a... Yeah, you could definitely build a motion activated frog. I still feel like the reflexes of a fly are probably... Unless I just did that all wrong. Probably quicker than... like as soon as the mechanism would be activated to push the tongue out, the fly would just fly away. As we all know, Lego mechanisms are not quiet by any means. Okay, we got some inserts. These are basically just windows. And I just made them black. Because they're supported by behind. Like, I couldn't figure out a good way to make them transparent. And they're pretty dark in real life, so I think having them black is an okay compromise. And this is a cool little technique that, has been used before, but a lot of these tiles kind of just push up into the gap underneath the arch. So that the arch looks like it's smoothly going on top of the tiles. Which is pretty nice, and it actually holds them all in nice and securely. Brian the Brick, I haven't built a Lego set in quite a while. I want to build a Clone Trooper and Battle Droid Battle Pack next. Oh yeah, that's cool. I mean, I pretty much build a Lego set once a week on this live stream. Sometimes it's my own custom designed model, like today. But we'll see what we do next week. I don't know. Maybe if the orrery shows up, maybe we can build the orrery. Or the solar system, whatever you want to call it. We shall see. Okay, I need some corner plates. They're also in here somewhere. Get rid of some of these bigger ones. Oh, there's one. I also need a masonry brick. Are you interested in motorizing the Dune Ornithopter or a microscale version to create a diorama? Hajin Kim. Yeah, I don't know if I'll pick up the Ornithopter, actually. It's also quite expensive. So we'll see. It's kind of on my wanted list, but I will likely go through the instructions and see how it's built. But it's also quite large. I think a microscale or a smaller scale version would be kind of cool. Because I definitely don't need one to be so big. There's my other corner brick. But yeah, I'm super intrigued by how it works, for sure. Maybe the frog mouth should be opened a little bit more so you can fit flies. I suggest also putting bits of some sweet fruit in the frog if you're gonna trap it. Yeah, actually, I mean, if I was designing a frog to be an actual fly trap, I would probably do it a little bit differently. As I said, that's Crystal's model design, so she wasn't really like trying to make it super realistic or anything. It was just supposed to stick out its tongue. But to make it a fly trap, it would be interesting. I'd probably try and make it a little bit bigger so that you could actually like have a cavity inside the mouth to like, and just have the tongue. The tongue doesn't even necessarily need to stick out. You just need some appealing, as you said, maybe cover the tongue with something that flies like, so that when the fly lands on the tongue, it just closes its mouth. We actually don't have many flies in the house, so I don't think it would be a long time testing it. I guess I could put it outside. Our Hamburg with the tea question coming in hot. What do I have today? I have wild berry tea. It's just a mix of different berries. Do you ever buy sets just for pieces or minifigs, Brian the Brick? Yeah, I do all the time, actually. Actually, maybe not so much anymore because it's really easy to buy pieces from... OBS just decided to hiccup there. That's always fun. But yeah, it's so easy just to buy pieces from Bricklink and pick a brick that I don't have to so much anymore. But back in the day, I would definitely just buy sets just to get pieces. I mean, it's actually a great way to build up a collection. I mean, maybe not so much anymore, but back in the day, like I'm talking like 15, 20 years ago, there would often be like pretty significant sales. So you could find Lego, cheap Lego a lot more often. So that was a great way to just increase the size of your collection. For sure. One more brick with a stud on the side. Come on, I know you're here. Again, I'm just gonna go get one. It's quicker just to go get one. Okay. I believe that's done. Ooh, and then some... Get some 1x6 tiles for some relief decoration. And then we also need some tan tiles and a 1x1 plate buried in here somewhere. Roll still has to go. That's cool. Thanks for joining for as long as you could. It would be interesting to see if you could make a mechanism to make the wings of the ornithopter move properly. Well, I mean, it is kind of like a fictional vehicle, so I'm not sure it would actually be able to fly anyway. So, like, you just mean movie accurate, I assume. Bury this old gray piece in the middle. Unsightly. Okay, excellent. Ooh, and now we're just stacking plates. And a 1x2. What was his favorite set to build? Whisper. I mean, I usually don't remember the build experience all that much, to be honest. I think most Lego sets are pretty fun to build, to be honest, except for the obviously repetitive ones, which I will likely have no interest to build anyway. Okay, 1x6 and 1x6. One more 2x2 plate. Why is it? Oh, there it is. Well, that's not where it goes. Where do you get your parts from? Didius. Mostly Bricklink and Lego's online Pick-a-Brick. Actually, mostly sets, to be honest. Okay, clearly I'm using different colors than I have in the instructions for these, because it doesn't really matter what color these are. I'm just, they're all going to be buried underneath, so I just used some parts I had good quantities of on hand. 1, 2, 4, 6, 7, and we're making 3 of these, so I need 6 of those, but we're going to make 1 more after this. So these are all the pistons that drive the movement, and these basically just rest on the cams, so as the cams rotate they push these up and down. And these are constrained by these Technic plates. So they each have an axle stuck through them. Yeah, so they can slide up and down through those Technic plates. I mean, this isn't a technique I invented even. This is the Dragon Dance set. I think was the first time I saw this in like a Lego set. And of course I had to modify the Dragon Dance set to make the motion more smooth. I'm sure you can find a video of that on... I think that was the first time I really designed and used or explored wave mechanisms. Okay, I'll add the other one in and then we'll take a closer look at our piston. This one at the front is just, the spacing's a little bit different, which is why it's built separately. And then if we go take a look, yeah, you can see nice wave motion, which is pretty satisfying, I gotta say. But here you can see how the spacing is a little bit different. On my Luck Dragon model, each body segment was the same width. But you can see there's a body segment in the Leviathan in the middle that's quite wide, and the head is also a bit wider too, or the, I guess, torso, neck. So I did have to separate out the supports a little bit. Brian the Brick, do I have online pick-a-brick where I live? Oh, interesting. You can't order from... That's sad. Usually find sets on sale and get them for the pieces. Yeah, I mean, that's a great strategy. The advantage of buying sets is you also get it's a great way to build up a collection because you get a whole variety of parts that you might not be interested in, but are still useful. I mean, I feel like you have to be a little bit more picky on which sets you buy, because there are definitely a lot of sets that have a whole bunch of useless pieces in them, but... But yeah, it's actually a good way to build up a collection. Okay, now we're just finishing off the top, and then we start building up a road. What we build right now, bruh? We're building a Leviathan Kinetic sculpture. No, I meant as if you were holding the Lego model and making the wings flap. Oh, with the trigger. I mean, that's what it does, doesn't it? Okay, we are building roads. Where we're going, we don't need any roads. Actually, I had a lot of fun building this part of the model, because in the movie, this road is littered with debris and such. So even though like there's not a ton on here, but it was pretty fun putting little flames on the road and vehicles and stuff. I do like building microscale. It's really cool adding details. one more tile. Yeah, here we go with the flames. Carnage. And little tiny bits of debris. Where are my other flames at? I got some cool flames. And debris. All right, I think we're actually done with that part. I guess all these pieces are for the decorations on the top, which actually come later. So now we are going to build the third section of this. There's actually another arch on the back, which is open. And that's basically the platform for the Hulk to stand on. I like the balance of Technic and system. Oh yeah. Some official Lego sets have too much Technic sticking out. Yeah. I mean, I forgot a couple tiles on this, I think. Yeah. Yeah, I obviously love combining system builds with Technic mechanics, which is probably clear to anybody who's followed my channel for any amount of time. Okay. No, that is not even the right piece. There we go. Interesting. Again, I'll separate these out a little bit. What am I looking for? I'm looking for 1x1 plate. Excellent. Get rid of some of these big tiles. I need 1x1. Oh, there's one. 1x1. Dark. Oh, there's the other one. Dark blade tile. 10 1x4 tiles missing. Oh yeah, we definitely got that. Some cool flames. I always thought fire was supposed to be hot. Well, the beauty of Lego is you can hold fire in your hands without getting burned. Build some sidewalks. Street. On the street. Okay, one more quarter round. There it is. Well, Anubab. Hey, how's it going? Welcome to the chat. Technics like the intestines and systems like the skin. Oh, that's a good analogy. I like that. Technic makes the set function, but looks pretty awful when they're not covered by system pieces, I think. Yeah, I mean, clearly it's its own design aesthetic. I mean, some people are into that. I mean, I don't think it's terrible. I do like the mechanical look in some cases. But I still do prefer system. The look of system over Technic, for sure. One by, what am I doing here? 1x2 plate. 1x6 plate. Excellent. Yeah, and then this is some kind of kiosk underneath the bridge. I've never been to this place in the real world, so I don't really know, but I've definitely looked at a lot of photos as I was designing this. And Google Maps is great for virtually walking around real world locations to kind of see what the heck is going on. This is basically the under part of the street, or street under the bridge. Two 1x4 tiles. Excellent. Oh, and we got our first taxi cab. Apparently these are pretty, well, they're all over this scene actually. A lot of them are flipped over, but it's my own little micro scale version of a taxi cab, which I built a few in this model. It's definitely a classic New York fixture. And then this side of the bridge, I believe, is the entrance to Grand Central Station. Some regular 1x1s. Where did that go? Why didn't I? Interesting. Getting the other matching arches on, which actually just matches the aesthetic from the other arches on the rest of the model. Nope. 1x4 plate. What's excellent. Maxime has joined. Hello, welcome to the chat. Taxi really helps see the scale. Yeah, it's this model is definitely intended to be micro scaled. I mean, Lego often plays with scale quite a bit in their models. Well, the Avengers Tower, for example. I mean, these Leviathans are absolutely enormous creatures. So, in the actual Avengers Tower set, they're definitely not the right scale to match the movie. But, you know, since it is just a fun toy at the end of the day, you can definitely play around with scale quite a bit. Brian the Brick, how do you edit your videos? Actually, I just started using DaVinci Resolve maybe like a month ago. It's pretty good, actually. I mean, it doesn't really matter. I used Premiere Pro for a long time, but I mean, they're all like the same in terms of what they can do. Doesn't really matter what you use. It's what you do with it that matters the most. Okay, now we're building a bridge. The bridge across the arches. Which also has some good roads. Lars Neck is in the chat. Hello, how's it going? Okay. Get our little bridge. Excellent. I guess that's what we're dealing. Well, and then these are all the pieces for the sides of the arches. Oh, Gitanch Chopra. Ah, yes, another lo-fi brick build. Yeah, I guess that's pretty much what it is. With some, well, quite a bit of chatting on my part, but and we actually got to make quite a few of these. I'm just going to build these all up since I know what's coming in the instructions. I know we need 6 of these, and they're basically just some bridge detailing. It's supposed to look like railings on the side of the bridges. The tile boundaries really do be projecting the cracks in the road. Details that up nicely. Yes. Yeah, it's amazing how much time one can spend like deciding on small details like that. Like which sized tiles to actually use on the road. It's a balance between getting something that's not super, too part intensive, but looks good. Same for this bridge side detailing. I'll probably spend a little bit of time trying different variations of this before finalizing or basically deciding to go with this particular design. Homework in peace. Okay, last bridge. Oh, I'm missing some tiles though. Oh, they're there. Okay, we'll set those aside for later. They will come in handy. Oh yeah, we've done that, but we need to get a couple tiles. And actually, I'm using 2 1x1 tiles here because there are no other 1x2 gray tiles in this set. So I thought might as well just go with the theme. If I was using 1x2 tiles elsewhere, I would just use another 1x2 tile, but I am not. Add some more fire because the street is on fire. Oh, another taxi cab. No, that doesn't go there. That goes there. Oh yeah, and now we got some lamp posts. Which I'm just using these 2 long bars, which I actually have come to use quite often. They're pretty nice. both for detailing. I put these on backwards. And for functionality, just like connecting things together, they're pretty handy. That actually goes on the front. Devin Lee, I'm not in the best mood, but a guy like you exists, so I'm feeling better. Oh, thanks. I hope you feel better. You can cheer up however you do that. Okay, so now we are going to add this section on the back or end. So basically I designed this so that you could open it up, and mostly this is so that we can get access to the motor, because I noticed there was enough space in there. Actually, let's get a motor. And once again, I'm using circuit cubes. So we can just stick this right in the end and like close it up, and it's all super hidden, which is pretty cool. And then you can just pop it open, turn it on. And yeah, that will be how it works. And then you can easily just like pop the motor out if you don't want the motor, close it back up, and manually control it. Which I think is pretty cool. It's all nice and hidden. Okay, we are starting to work on the upper details again. Okay, what's going on in the chat? What do you think Lego will be in the future? Like, what will change, and will it still be popular, RB? Oh yeah, I think it'll still be popular. I don't think it'll ever become unpopular. I mean, maybe over time it might be less popular. I don't know. Once people... I mean, at the end of the day, there's only so many Lego sets one person can buy. And to be fair, it is a lot. It can be a lot. But I feel like there was a huge surge during the pandemic when people were stuck inside, not doing anything. And I don't think that'll go away anytime soon, because it is a really relaxing hobby to have. And there's just so many things you can do with it. You know, you can build sets if that's what you want to do, or you can build custom models if that's what you want to do. You can build works of art. It's just so versatile for so many things. Here's all my... So yeah, it depends how far into the future you're talking about, but I feel like for, you know, at least the next 10 years, probably 20 years, it's still going to be quite popular. As far as how it'll change, I mean, lately they've been coming out with so many new pieces. It's kind of crazy. And I don't really see that changing anytime soon either. From which movie is this scene from? It's from the Avengers. Avengers 2012, yeah. First Avengers movie. What do you normally watch on Netflix and Amazon Prime? Oh, I mean, whatever doesn't suck. Brian the Brick. What have we watched on? I mean, on Prime, I guess The Expanse was quite good. That's what we watched. So these are the supports for the wings of the Leviathan. And this one's for the mouth, for it to open and close. Okay, we're almost done with the base details. What do I need? I need 3 of these. Arno, very cool how you hid the motor. For Netflix, yeah, what did we watch recently? I feel like The Witcher, Stranger Things, you know, the classics, I guess. One Piece was really cool, was really good, very entertaining. As far as recent shows, I guess Big Mouth we watched. Is the orrery good? It looks a bit messy on the outside, Brian the Brick. I mean, I don't know. I haven't built it yet. How many sets have you bought? I have over 100. Oh man, yeah, that's quite a bit. How have I bought? Man. I have no idea. Hundreds for sure. Okay, 3 of those. Excellent. Some good lampposts. And then we'll do similar styling on the back. Oh, Arnav, Anurav, finally caught you live. Cheers. Have you seen the Heart? Oh, the Art of the Brick exhibition. Very cool art. Just ordinary Lego bricks. I've not seen it live. I'm actually not that interested in it, to be honest, because it seems pretty not that exciting. But yeah, some cool pieces of art for sure. If that's your thing. Have you ever done an exhibition? Maybe a Lego fanfare in Canada? Anything permanent? I mean, I've definitely gone to quite a few conventions over the years. Not so much recently, but yeah, I've been to all the major Lego festivals at one point or another. Brickworld Chicago a few times, Scareback. I mean, we've had models permanently on display in the Lego House Masterpiece Gallery for a couple years. I mean, not anymore, but... Okay, now we're actually building the Leviathan. And as I mentioned at the very beginning, I did have to modify the official set quite a bit. Mostly the official model, each segment is connected using a friction ball joint so that you can pose it in different ways. But I had to obviously remove all those so that it could actually move freely. So each body segment is basically built independently and kind of sits independently on each support. Where's my tail? And these are all my fancy gold. Fancy gold claws that adorn the side. There are a lot of them. Oh, actually, I forgot. There is a 1x1 at the end. So basically, each body segment is connected on this Technic connector onto the top of the support axle. So each body segment can tilt freely so that as you rotate it, the front of the segment is anchored to the support here, and the bottom rests on the support behind it. And each segment actually works in the exact same way. So the next segment will be anchored on this support, and the back of it will rest on this support. And we will see how that goes. And each support is basically designed in the same way. There's this one Technic connector, and that pivots this Technic connector on the front. Yeah, I don't know. They're all pretty hard to see, small to see, but. And then the body segment is built on top of that. Okay, so I went the wrong way. We already built that one. And I did have to redesign a few of the sections, or just slightly redesigned. They basically have the same look as the original, but so basically, here, I'm gonna knock that piece off, obviously. So if we look at this section, again, we anchor it onto this support, and the back of it just rests on the support behind it, so that we get a nice smooth wave motion. Actually, I forgot a piece. It's a bit tilted. Yeah, we actually need to put this clip on the back. There we go. Are those shows you said suitable for kids around 12? Brian the Brick. I mean, One Piece is for sure. The Witcher, probably not so much. I mean, One Piece is super fun. I mean, there's some violence in it, but it's all like fantasy violence. And it's got pirates in it, so what's not to love? That's probably one of the best ones we've watched recently, for sure. Our hammer, that's a motor plus battery box. Yeah, this is circuit cubes. This is just the regular battery box. And this is what they call a geared motor. And they can connect in a lot of different ways. They actually have these magnetic couplings, which are pretty cool. Or you can just stack them. These posts are conductive, and each corner underneath the motor has conductive connections. So yeah, it's actually like a pretty cool little system that lives in a very small space. So I am a pretty big fan of them. Rotate. Basically, we'll just keep building up the segments and adding them on. Oh, actually, I just built this one wrong. Oh my god. Clearly, I suck at building Lego. Oh my gosh. Making mistakes all over the place. Okay, this definitely needs some ball joint connections to attach the rear wings. Ball joint connections. There we go. Oh, it also needs the small claws on the side. The big claws we'll add at the end because they tend to be really easy to jostle around, so it's actually easier if we just connect them all at the very end. Why am I missing? 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. Interesting. Well, clearly I'm missing 2 small claws. I'll have to dig those out later. For now, I'm just gonna put those on this side. Hopefully they'll show up at the end. And then we start building some rear wings. I don't know. Still, it's quite impressive to see these sculptures in person. I liked it more. Yeah. Oh, for sure. I mean, they're pretty impressive works. This is not something I'm all that personally interested in. How long does the battery load last? Oh, and these, I mean, it depends on, yeah, what it's actually driving. But, I mean, not super long. I think I did a test at some point, maybe like an hour or 2, depending on what model it's driving. But you can actually run it while it's plugged in. There's the USB, micro USB connector. So you can actually plug it directly into a wall and it'll just run forever, which is quite nice. So yeah, they don't last, if you're just running off the battery alone, they don't last like a hugely long time, but they're also really quick to recharge too, so I'm just going to build a few of these up because these supports are repeated throughout the entire model. They look like little alien dudes. And actually the one that supports the head is a slightly different one. Okay. So this is the longest body segment. It's like 2 studs longer than the other ones. Is there a reason you're making it golden? Because it's based off the... I mean, this is actually... The Leviathan itself is Lego's design. So I'm just doing the same thing. Yeah, I guess in the movie the armor is not really golden. But... is the One Piece you watched the animated one from Japan or live action one? I mean, we watched the live action one. It's pretty funny. Oh yeah, because the animated one is also on Netflix, I believe, yeah. Which is also quite popular as far as I know. So yeah, it all depends what you're into stylistically. Do you like anime or do you like live action? Our hamburger, I bet the design of the Leviathan took forever. Actually, I think I spent more... Well, because it's based on Lego's design, I didn't have to change much of it. The design of the base actually took the longest for me. For them, I could see it probably took a long time. Okay, there's one more horn in here, or tooth, or whatever this is. And one more basic. Body segment. Oh my god, some crazy funny jokes in the chat. Did I use it for the domino ring? No, I did not use it for the domino ring. The domino ring is powered by Mindstorms. The Mindstorms EV3. Because it needs an intelligent controller on it to regulate the speed. I keep forgetting to put the clip on the back. Oh, this one. Oh, because this one doesn't get a clip on the back. Right. And here we're really starting to get the smooth motion. Excellent. Still works. It's important to test these things as you go. Eric, I used that motor on my 9 reindeer Santa sleigh set and it lasts quite a long time. Oh, that's cool. Oh, 2 of the small clouds are in the big clock pile. Oh yeah, there we go. Good eye. Clearly I had builder's blindness. After a while you stare at parts for so long you just can't see them anymore. Okay, now we are getting into the torso, main torso of the model. Well, let's do so does that fire. Our Hamburg Google says Leviathan is a cosmic sea monster from Jewish mythology. Oh yeah, that's cool. Brian the Brick, where can I get instructions for this? I mean, you're watching the instructions on stream right now. They're on Rubricable. They can be found on Rubricable. Also, I mean, they're free to my patrons as well at the moment. Oh, that's definitely not. There we go. Excellent. Our Hamburg, why don't you tell us what your favorite Lego set is? What's my favorite Lego set? What is my favorite Lego set today? What did we build recently? Oh, the hamster wheel. Oh man, I think my favorite set today is the hamster wheel. Actually, that hamster wheel is super fun. I brought it home. We were visiting my mom and my brother and my niece, and she's like 1.5 years old, and she loved the hamster wheel. She couldn't really play with it herself, but she loved it when we were playing with it. It's a super cool set. Definitely one of my favorites in recent times. Just joined. Payne just joined. And wow, already like probably halfway. Oh my gosh, we're well over halfway built. Although it has taken a while, an hour and 50 minutes. But probably only got like 15 minutes left to go, or 20 minutes. Before you know it, it'll be over. Brian, I like both. I prefer animation though. Is the live action one from Japan or the USA? I mean, it's American, I guess. It's all in English, and it's very Americanized. I thought it was quite well done, though. And it's just entertaining. It's a very entertaining world. Okay, we got the front torso. Starting to get some good snake-like movement. Well, we're doing the head next. Again, I had to slightly, although I didn't have to change much of the head, the only major thing I had to change was there were 2 friction pins for the jaw, which we just had to change one of them to a non-friction pin so that it would actually open and close. And I actually think that is the only change I really made to it. Well, I guess the mount is slightly different too. I mean, I think the armoring on the front of the head is actually pretty cool. I have no idea how, like... I mean, I guess it's not super movie accurate, but again, they could only do so much at this scale, but it's actually pretty nicely built, I think. Some cool uses of pieces to get this, like, cool armored snake head thing. Why does the hashtags in the description say praying mantis insect? Ooh, probably because I just reused the stream settings from last week and I never updated the description. I guess I should go do that once it's live on my channel. Nobody looks at the description anyway, so I'm pretty sure it'll be okay. There it is. There it is. Interesting. Oh, there it is. Yeah, so here we have a lower jaw. Excellent, which can freely open and close. And we get to mount the head on. And basically this bar, actually I'm just going to open this up. Just rests in the gap under the mouth. So that as we rotate, oh, interesting. Why are you sticking all of a sudden? Interesting. One of my axles is. Well, this is why we test every time we add something. Oh, yeah. It's fine. Obviously something's sticking in there, which is not cool, but interesting. Hopefully that'll resolve itself once we put more weight on it. We'll see. $1977 forklift, that's right. Okay, we need some armor on the back. Armor on the back. The wrong way. We get a little bit better. Just need a little bit more weight on the front end to make it go smooth. Okay, so here we go. So now we can see the mouth can open and close as it's moving up and down. You get a really nice smooth motion in there. So now we just need to add the crazy claws all over the side and the wings. Okay, I'm definitely behind on the chat now. Missed opportunity for the Hulk to be a little green stud. Actually, yeah. I mean, why don't we do that? I feel like this is probably more accurate. Size for the the Hulk, tiny 1x1, and we can put it right in the front. Got a tiny little Hulk facing off. Actually, it could be a little bit bigger than that, but that's cool. Do you have any big figs? I think I might have a couple. Brian, can you speak any language other except for English? No, not really. What do you usually do when I'm not hosting live streams? When I design all these Lego models. I don't know, you make such cool mechanisms. I'm always surprised you aren't more into Technic. Did you ever have a full-on Technic fan phase? Yeah, when Technic used system bricks. I mean, I love the early Technic sets. Okay, why do I have... Oh, these are for the wings. Okay, we're putting claws on. So many claws. I guess you might see what's going on in this view. Actually, you can't push these in too far underneath because they start to interfere with the supports. But so actually, I'm just going to clip them all on quite high. And then we can like rotate them under a little bit. Nice and evenly. I mean, I feel like a lot of the modern Technic sets, they're like, it's too Technic-y. Like, I don't need any complex, you know, drive systems. I just want to build simple Technic systems that, you know, make cool movement, which doesn't actually happen in the Technic world that much. You get a lot of these elaborate drive systems, which, you know, are very mechanically complex and impressive, but, you know, nobody can really see the results of a gearbox changing gears. You know, it's not externally visibly impressive. It just allows your car to go faster or slower. I need 3 more on the front. So yeah, I prefer my mechanisms to have some like aesthetic result. You know, like this thing, it's actually very mechanically simple. It's just a simple camshaft that sequentially moves these sections up and down, but the resulting movement is pretty satisfying. Okay, now we just need to add some wings. The front wings to go up and down. Or purple, green, black. Oh yeah, he needs purple shorts, right? Purple, green. So we need like green, purple, So here we have our little mini Hulk. Purple. Oh, maybe his... he's got like a pretty beefy torso, so I'm just gonna use a... one by one plate, maybe? One by one plate. Hulk. Make it looks like he's got arms or some stuff. Who knows? Anyway. It's pretty cool. Okay, last things to build are the wings. And again, these are mostly the same as the Lego design. I just had to change the socket on the side so that I guess we can get our instructions back, so that they could actually move freely. Oh yeah, and then we need, also have to add these supports or connectors. And I'm actually just going to build the other one. We already did those. Before I connect them both on. There's a 1x1 plate that goes under that. Okay. So yeah, the wings just clip on the sides, and then underneath they're connected to these supports. So then we get, they actually move up and down or flap a little bit as the whole thing glides. For Final Short, you really need to film the area under the bridge too. It's so cool, yeah. I guess there's not really a lot going on down there, but there's some cool detailing, so. And then I guess we do have my little minifig Hulk running. Running towards it. How about a black 1x1 round tile on top for the hair? Oh yeah, that's a good idea. Well, Hopper's in the chat. I noticed you took off the streams for building the Magic Science Academy, which is a bit of a bummer because I was enjoying watching those. Oh, ignore me, I haven't found them. Yeah, they're just unlisted. Actually, they might be, but they are available. Resist Daniel Tudor, what's your opinion of the best Lego set of this year? Oh my god. Well, hamster wheel, obviously. Yeah, I'm definitely starting to get hungry. We have a train station that kind of looks like this Leviathan. Just search. Oh, interesting. Oh yeah, I assume not the Leviathan itself, but the base. Okay, oh, that's it. So, yeah, I guess we're done. So somebody wanted to see this like going gangbusters. We can just stick a power functions motor on the very back, and then that thing will like spin like crazy. Oh, Joshua, hello, is in the chat. Oh man, that's some So yeah, if we really want to like go to town, actually I'm surprised it doesn't fall apart. It actually goes too fast that the falling supports don't fall fast enough to stay on the cams. So they actually like free fall and then bottom out really. Have to go like just under full speed for it to stay smooth. But it actually looks much better when it's running at a slower speed, so we'll just put the Circuit Cubes motor back in. Although it's a bit whiny. This motor is actually getting pretty old because I've used it quite a bit, but it's definitely not the most soothing thing in the world. It is compact though, so I'll give it that. Holds together pretty good, yeah. Worked out pretty well. Do I use Circuit Cubes? Yes. Obviously, that is what that motor was just there. Yeah. Anyway, that's pretty much it. For this stream, actually, I guess. I mean, it definitely sounds much quieter when you just do it manually. Okay, yeah, so anyway, that's pretty much all she wrote. Brian the Brick. The station itself actually looks like the Leviathan. It's sort of like a bridge section at the front and back that looks like a dragon head. Oh man, it's crazy. How good would you rate Circuit Cubes on 10? I mean, I love them. They're like super handy for small models. 10 on 10? Sure. Any idea for next week? Next week, yeah, I don't know. Maybe the orrery? I'm really excited to see what it looks like. If I get it in time. If not, well, maybe the forklift finally. The click when you close the bridge is so satisfying. Yeah, it is very satisfying. I mean, that's cool. All right. Anyway, as always, thanks for our Hamburg and Eric for holding down the fort. Thanks for everybody else for joining chat for however long you could. Our Hamburg, do you have the solar system displayed? Yeah, I still have it together. I think. I'm pretty sure. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's buried in a cabinet somewhere. So yeah, we can definitely do a comparison if that's what we do next week. But yeah, anyway, thanks to everybody for watching, for chilling out. Had a lot of fun designing this and building it. And we will see you all next week. Thanks for watching. Keep on building, and we will